Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I have a quick demo on water and rocks. Actually, I look at several photos, but I didn't pick any of them as a reference photo that I follow the exact details on them. But I got the feeling of the waves and I just look at them for certain qualities of light and the movement in them. So I have them next to me. I glance at them from time to time just to grab certain ideas or notions. But I'm going to adjust everything into my composition. Okay, let's start wetting paper, and I'm going to apply the cobalt blue with a pinch of ultramarine blue to the wet paper. So for sky, I just go from side to side on paper, but for the sea, I'm going to follow the direction of the waves with a round brush number 10 with a very sharp point. The paper that I'm using here is Saunders and Waterford 140 cold press. And the size of the paper is 7 inches by 11. So feel free to spray water, clean water, anytime that you feel the paper is getting dry. Because we need the very wet paper to get the smooth touches of the brush. Okay, I'm applying the same color but with more consistency, and remember, you can tilt the paper to get blending dark colors to the rest of the painting. I mean, then you will get the softer edges, which is the goal, to have them. Okay, for the rock, I'm gonna use burnt sienna, making the shape of the rock and trying to connect it to the water part, which is the wave is coming over the rock, and soften the edges here and there because we want it to blend to the water. So the next color that I'm using here is burnt umber, and gradually I make it darker and darker. So the same thing happened for the waves. I mean, I'm gonna use the darker value, which is indigo, but remember, I'm following the same shapes. I'm gonna make them angle to the right side of the paper because I want to have waves in that direction towards the rock. So use the tip of the brush to have those ripples, and when you at the bottom of those, you need to have more straight strokes. But it's better to keep some part of the waves untouched to get the foamy part of the waves. And when I'm going towards the horizon, I'm gonna make the lines lighter and thinner. But when I'm getting towards the bottom of the page and towards the focal point, my brush strokes are getting stronger and bigger and also darker. Actually, these colors that I picked is my personal choice, but you can add any kind of colors that you want. For the darker value here, actually is the third dark color that I'm using here. It should be Paynes gray or any dark color, but remember you have to mix it with a little burnt umber or any brownish color to have more balance in colors. Again, I just apply dark colors and try to soften the edges, or I wet the paper in a place that I'm applying the color and add that dark color. Or I can wash them out with a clean water to get smooth edges. Sometimes step away and look at your painting from distance to get the whole idea. Okay, I need some white tiny little dots. So I'm gonna use the white acrylic and spatter a few white dots over the rocks, over the rock that I have here. And for movement, I'm gonna apply birds here and there. Now the paper is dry, so I'm going to use X-Acto knife to have more shiny dots for the droplets at the top of the wave and over the rock, which is dark. So if I just apply those white dots over the very dark background, I'm gonna get the better result. But don't overdo it. Again, you can use spattering white acrylic or gouache over it, or you can use X-Acto knife, or even you can use masking fluid before you start your painting. So because paper is dry now, I'm gonna apply water partially to it, or every strokes that I put on my paper, I just wash it out, or I use spray bottle to wet the paper partially in a place that you want to apply darker color. Feel free to use any kind of techniques like um, lifting up or washing out or using white acrylic. I want to have contrast between foreground and background, so I'm gonna apply few lines, and because the paper is dry now, you can see lines in perfect shapes, but again, you can wash them out as well. The goal is having contrast between the values, foreground and background, especially around focal point. Spattering dark color, light and dark color all over the painting to get movement of the waves, and also it helps to make our painting more realistic. Okay, all done. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope see you in the next video.